All right, we're back. We're back to talk, man. First, I'd like to start the conversation by saying congratulations. Congrats
Much
on
appreciated. Much appreciated.
making it to the FA Cup final. I actually called it. I called it. I said you guys were gonna win it, and I wasn't confident at all, man. I really, really wasn't confident after, what happened with Atletico Madrid. And, once I saw the lineup that Klopp put out against Benfica, I'm like, it's a wrap for us on the weekend, man. Seriously. I'm like, it's a wrap, bro. But, look, congrats on the FA Cup semifinal win. I want to hear your thoughts on the game because for me, I knew that we were going to lose the game. And when I actually started watching the game late. I was like, I didn't realize the game was started already. I thought it was 11:30, and when I tuned in, I'm like, whoa, half hour gone, and we're 2-0 down. Zach Steffen in the goal, Zinchenko. I'm like, it's a wrap. I'm like, wow, I knew this. You see what I'm saying?
Oh
It's
yeah.
like I
When
see these things
Zinchenko's
before
in
it
the
happen.
lineup, that's when you know.
Well,
That's when you know.
he plays. He took part in a lot of the successful title challenges and everything, but he has not been playing lately. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
he's rusty. You
yeah,
need the
yeah,
rhythm. Yeah.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on the game?
So I got to say first off, that first half was just everything I've ever wanted to watch in a football match. One, the fact that we're beating City 3-0 going into the half, that's satisfying enough. By the way, thanks for congratulating us because it was a good
Yeah,
match. It's always good to see. Um, but I think it was a tale of two halves. I think you guys definitely game plan differently at halftime, and I think it showed in the second half. One thing I was concerned, or not concerned with, I was happy about it because it ultimately led to us winning. But two things: one, the lineup choice for Pep. So we'll get into that in a sec. But two, what you guys were exposing us with in the league, almost you did maybe two times throughout the game, and that was switch the ball from sideline to sideline and stretch us out. And it literally happened maybe in the first 5 minutes. Grealish got in behind, and I think Van Dijk had to make a good block. Um, but why? What was? Why did? Why was there a game plan change for you guys? Like, was it because of the lineup factor? So first, I'll give you two questions. One is, how did you feel about the lineup? Okay, because obviously I'm going in with confidence when I see that lineup. And the second thing is, how do you think the game plan was executed?
well, I think the lineup was shitty, first of all. And I just to keep it real, I knew Pep was gonna put out a lineup like that. I knew it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised. I wasn't shocked. I knew the lineup was gonna come out and it was gonna look like that. And when you put out a lineup like that with players who don't play with each other week in, week out, I know they train and everything, but training and a real game, especially against Liverpool in an FA Cup semi-final, is two different things. So as much as Pep might say this is the game plan, it's gonna be very difficult to follow that game plan when you're coming up against Liverpool because then you might have to change the game plan very early because you're behind. You're 2-0, you're 2-0 down, you're 3-0 down. So that is why when we came back in the second half, there was more of a plan to combat Liverpool's,
Yeah.
brilliance. And as you said, it was a game of two halves, and we won the second half. And I think if we had more of a better first half and we had the personnel, I know. I don't want to make excuses, but if we had De Bruyne, if we had Edison in goal, it could have been a different outcome. And I don't want to cry too much over the game. It's gone already. I expected the loss. And the way I'm looking at it is we have to sacrifice something. Something's got to give
And
in
so
order
in
for
this case, it
us
was the
to,
FA Cup.
yeah, and the Carabao Cup. Both of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I my thing was, and this goes forward with you guys in terms of the games you have left in the Champions League. Why was Mahrez not playing, man? I think Mahrez is a dangerous, like maybe he's your super sub. He's kind of like how we treat our super sub players, that dynamic player late in the game when the legs are tired of the opposition. But Mahrez got around Robertson with ease, man. Like, I mean, he is a dangerous player. I really like watching Mahrez play.
Yeah, what he did to Robertson there was it made him look like
You don't see
really
that.
average.
You
Yeah,
do
yeah.
not see that. Yeah.
And imagine if we had that throughout the game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Pep with Mahrez, it's difficult sometimes because, he doesn't really. Sometimes he gets a really good run in the team. Other times you see he's not really playing that much. But he came off the bench and he did his thing. And it make you wonder, what if Pep had brought on De Bruyne? But it goes back to where I think he does not want to risk anything
And that
because
makes sense.
you risk the FA Cup, a competition that he's only won once, and it's not. It's a good thing if you win the FA Cup, but it's better if you win the Premier League. You see what I'm saying? So you don't go all out for the FA Cup when you have a game against Brighton coming up, and let's say De Bruyne go back in and he suffers a setback and he's out for the rest of the season. Let's say we put in Ruben Diaz and he's out for the rest of the season. What are we gonna do now? So
That's
I
a
don't
good point.
mind. I really don't mind a loss in the Champions League. Not the
You mean
Champions
the
League.
FA
Yeah.
Cup?
Oh
I was
man,
like,
God
you
damn,
definitely mind that.
damn.
Yeah.
I don't mind a loss in the FA Cup at all. So
And plus,
con-
coming up against Brighton, Brighton are a solid team. I think people overlook
exactly.
how good Brighton are. I think Graham Potter, just his style of play and the acquisitions they have, namely bringing in Cucurella on that left-handed side, who's naturally a winger when he was at Getafe, but he kind of converted him to like a left wing back. Um, and I just think they have a solid midfield, and Trossard slept on. Maupay slept on. You got Solly March and whoever else they play out there. Um, I do think you guys will win that match. But again, I agree that Pep is probably playing it smart, prepping for the Brighton match versus prioritizing a domestic cup, which you guys have already
Yeah,
won. Whereas us, we haven't been even in the final since 2012
yeah,
ish.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
so. So
yeah.
for us, that's the priority right now. But I think,
It
yeah, it was an
it's not
expected result.
it's not that we don't want to win it. It's just like at this stage of the season, when you really analyze things, it's just better not to basically go all out for the FA Cup and then leave yourself vulnerable for the rest of the season. You know what I mean? But in terms of the FA Cup, Liverpool versus Chelsea again, that will be the fourth time this season. All three games have ended in a draw, but the Carabao Cup final 11-10 on penalties. You guys actually met in the Super Cup recently, where that one went to penalties as well,
Yep.
and of course the EFL Cup final there this season. So the Liverpool versus Chelsea games are very good as well. The recent ones have been very good. I think they beat you guys last season in the league, if I'm not mistaken. Everyone was actually beating you
So we
last
beat them
season.
2-0, and then maybe they came and beat us
Yeah,
at Anfield.
I think everyone was actually beating you guys last season. And
Well, we had a seven, dude. We had a
you'll want to
7 game
forget
run.
last season.
I
Yeah.
don't want to remember anything about the spring of last season.
So
Okay.
just quickly, how do you feel about that final? You feel you're gonna beat them?
Please start Kepa. That's all I'm asking. Start Kepa. No, dude, Chelsea, when I watched them against Crystal Palace, they didn't worry me. But again, like you said, historically, Chelsea Liverpool is a great, great matchup, even matchup. Thomas Tuchel, the way they play is almost the perfect way to play against us to stop it. What they need to do is expose the high line. Again, that's what everyone has to do. That's all they have to do. I think we can end up winning like a 1-0. I don't expect a lot of goals in this match. I might even expect a draw and it goes to penalties. But I would have obviously rather played Crystal Palace. But if I'm going off a recent form, the way they played against Crystal Palace doesn't have me worried, if that makes sense. I don't see any attacking threats from them. So it's really up to us to be able to break them down, which has been tough for us in the past.
Yeah, I think you guys got it, man. You know what I'm saying? I
It would be
think you
good
got it.
to beat
Yeah,
them in both domestic cups.
yeah.
That'd be good. But
I think you got it, man. Don't worry yourself. I think
oh,
you got it. Chelsea,
yeah.
remember that Chelsea have been in the last three FA Cup finals. Don't forget that. They lost to Arsenal. Remember Arteta, new manager
Yep.
Arteta, and then they lost to Leicester last season. And then this season, I already seen it. They're gonna lose to Liverpool. So
Hey,
you have two domestic cups in the bag, bro. Congrats.
Hey, don't put the cart before the horse. You know what I mean?
Congratulations, bro. Look, we'll
Look,
keep the.
you in the Champions League though. So
uh,
we had a tough road in the FA Cup.
mm,
It seems like we got a favorable back-to-back draws in terms of Benfica and now
mm-hmm,
Villarreal. You guys have had a tough road. Atletico Madrid is no easy win over two legs, so congrats on that. But you have Madrid, my friend.
yep.
Madrid, who are hot. Thibaut Courtois has found the keeper he was at Chelsea again. He is a phenomenal keeper. Vinicius is dangerous. Benzema,
Yeah, man. You saw what happened with Sevilla? That was,
dude.
I didn't watch the game, but
Yeah.
it was a controversial type of game, but they came back though. That
Yep.
was crazy.
They're hot.
But
They're
yeah,
hot.
yeah, we in sync because I was just about to talk the Champions League. Okay, Benfica, you push them aside. You were expected to push them aside, but I think they fought very well in both games, and I think if they were a bit more clinical, they could have caused an upset, but they weren't clinical enough in the first leg, in my opinion. But the second leg, I think they played very well, and they have some very bright prospects in the future. Darwin Nunez, man,
Yeah, and I
listen,
honestly
yeah,
I couldn't stop thinking about that because it was we did a post match or we did the league preview after that, I believe. After that match. And you had brought up Darwin Nunez. You said he played really well tonight. And I was like, yeah, I mean, he did all right. But then I started really paying attention to him in the second leg, and you're absolutely right. So I got to give you credit with that. This guy,
yeah,
Darwin Nunez, tore up our back line in that
yep,
second leg. I do attribute that to us playing Gomez and Matip, or Gomez and Kanate, excuse me, and
yeah,
Samikas. I mean, we completely put our B defensive line out there, which is still I don't want to use excuses, but again, if you're like you said, you don't have the chemistry, that can happen. But
yeah.
yeah, pushed him aside. It's an expected win, but I didn't like the second leg. It was kind of
Yeah,
stressful.
they also have a nice young player coming up, a forward called Gonçalo Ramos.
Hmm.
So, look out for these guys in the future, man. But you guys were always expected to win that one. At
Yep.
the
Yep.
same token, we had what should I call it, man? It
A
was like
scuffle.
no, it was like what you call it? It was like what do you call that thing in Rome, man? Oh man, it's not coming to me, man.
Gladiators.
Gladiator battle.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
hoping that's what you'd get at.
Oh man,
God.
listen, it was a gladiator battle against Atletico Madrid, man. Fight to the death.
It always is, dude. They're such a
Yeah,
dirty team.
it's so dirty, man. And you think about it, if they actually played better on the night, if they actually held their poise, they could have beaten us. They beat themselves with losing their temperament and everything, and they just, you know what I mean? But it was a very nervy game, though, I have to say. But I was always confident of getting the better of them because we had the goal, and they had to score twice to actually beat us. And I was pretty confident. I wasn't really nervous there. But look,
You're such a better team anyway.
yeah, we play Real Madrid. We beat them a couple seasons ago.
18,
You beat
19, right?
Yeah, you beat them like I think it's 1920 we beat
1920,
them.
you're right, because
And
Jesus.
yeah. And you actually
We lost to
you
them. They knocked us out
yeah, you
last season.
last season. Yeah, you
Yeah.
lost to them last season. So, we have them again. I think they're playing some good football, but I think they're overly dependent on Benzema and Vinicius. And if we could mark those two guys out of the game and handle those guys, I think we win that one easily, though. But it won't be a pushover. It really won't be a pushover, though.
So you,
Their defense look a little suspect, though. I must
oh
say.
yeah. Oh, I mean they're in transition with their defense, but the best defense is a good offense, and when you have an offense like they do, it's always a
Yeah,
danger. But I think if Ruben Diaz is back,
yeah, he will be back.
then I think you should be fine. I think your concern would be if they overload that right side or their left side,
Yeah,
uh, because or no, I mean you could put João Cancelo over
I
there. I
think
mean,
Kyle, I think Kyle Walker versus if he's fit versus Vinicius will be a good one, man.
it would be entertaining.
That would be
It
a good
would.
one. That would
Yeah.
be a good one. But look, man, we have Real Madrid. That's a tougher run in. You have Villarreal. How confident are you about beating the Yellow Submarine? I actually thought we all thought you were going to get Bayern Munich. It
Oh,
was,
everyone did.
yeah, it looked
Everyone did,
like,
man.
and I would have
Yeah,
preferred that battle, though. I really would have preferred that one.
of
But
course.
how do you feel about Villarreal, though?
So we've seen Villarreal in Europe before, back in is it 17, 18 under Klopp when no, 15, 16 when we went to the
Europa
Europa League
League, right?
final. Yeah,
Okay.
we beat them in the semis, I think. Completely different team then, obviously. But the away leg is what worries me. It is not easy to go to Villarreal and get a win. They're a very tough side. And again, they're very disciplined. I'm more scared of a disciplined team. Let me put it this way. I would much rather if you took a team like PSG versus a disciplined team, I would
Mm.
feel much more confident beating a team like PSG than Villarreal, especially on the form there. They're coming off of a great win against Bayern. They had to, dig deep with that. So the away leg I'm worried about. At home, semifinals in Europe, Liverpool all day.
But then again, you guys have not won your last two home legs, though. If
That's
you really
fine.
think
That's
about
fine.
it,
You get it done in the first leg.
I
I don't know.
think
I
you
don't know if
no, you
we.
guys have to get it done in Villarreal.
That's
You
the
have,
thing. That's what
yeah,
I'm worried about.
I think you have to beat them. You have to beat them away, and then you have to factor in the Premier League matches as well that you have, before and after those games as well. So it's going to be tricky though. But you guys should beat them, man.
We
Yeah,
should. We
look,
should.
and that brings to the big talk. This is trophy talk. You know what I mean? We call this trophy talk, guys. We talk FA Cup. You won the Carabao Cup already. We're gonna finish things off with the Premier League, but we got to touch on the Champions League. But it's a potential Manchester City versus Liverpool final.
It's
How big
insane.
is
It's
that, bro?
insane. Dude,
Oh my
it's part
God!
of me think the football gods are doing this for the publicity, the commercial benefit. I mean, you got Man City in the league, FA Cup, Man City Liverpool league, FA Cup, and then a potential final. Back to back. It would be theater,
And
bro.
guess what? Guess what? If we win the league and you win the FA Cup, you're gonna have a community shield again to open
Imagine
the
that.
season. Oh my
Imagine
God!
that. Or you could have a Super Cup thing as well.
No, the Super Cup would be Europa League versus
Oh, that's
thing.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I messed up.
yeah.
Um,
I would love to meet you in a Super
good,
Cup too, but
good God, that would just be the
you
icing on the cake. But
you ever
man,
thought about Man City is so good that they can't really be in the Europa League. I think if we go in the Europa League, we actually win it. You see what I'm saying? But we never go in the Europa League.
no, you should win
You
it
see
if
what
you
I'm
go in the
saying?
Europa League. That's so. This brings me back to my last season, thinking about how we finished the season and Allison's header. Like, yes, it was like you couldn't write it,
Mm,
but this team in the Europa League, it just wouldn't work. You know what I mean? So I feel like
yeah.
someone was watching over us that day. But yeah, back to the final, dude. I almost want it. I almost want it. Like, yeah, maybe I would love to have a rematch with Madrid in the final. That would be theater as well. But I mean, you guys are coming off of a harsh loss against Chelsea last season. You want to get back to it again. If you look at what Liverpool did, they lost it. They got back the next season and won it.
Yeah.
So if history tells us anything, we're in
But
for a good final regardless.
you know what? It would be really painful to lose the final twice in a row and to lose it to you. And
Not on this end, though. Not
and
on this end.
the way you gonna be celebrating the
Oh, man.
Liverpool fans.
I'm just
And
I want to be able to hold on to the you've never won a Champions League. That's what I want to keep holding on to, you know?
I know. And the other thing too is if we win it, and if we win it, the Liverpool fans would feel but if you guys win it, we won't be able to shut you up next season at all. You know what I'm saying? You'll be rubbing that, the people will be rubbing that in my face all season. So,
Eh,
look, it's about time we win the damn Champions League, man. Come on. You see what I'm saying? We
I
spend enough
disagree.
money, Wait, so you disagree?
I disagree. I'm
You don't
completely
want us to
content
ever
if you
win
don't
it?
win. Yep, I'm
Damn.
completely content. I think the
Damn.
world tends to unfold as it should.
Mm,
Teams, you can buy the league, you can somewhat buy domestic cups. You should not be able to buy the Champions League. The Champions League is a competition that requires consistency. team. It requires everything across the board. And I just feel like it rewards the teams that are doing it right. You know what I'm saying?
You're correct, because look, it's a lot of games, man. You know, what is it, 13 games?
That's a lot, and it's going to be more. It's going to be more here soon. What's it going to be? We've got 10 group stage games starting in 23, 24.
Oh, yeah, there's a change.
Insane,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Ridiculous.
So you got 6 group stage, round of 16. You have quarters, 13 games, man. You have to play to win it. That's plus to factor in all the other things you got going on. So look, we switched to the Premier League, Kyle. What are you before we talk Man United, before we talk City, Brighton, we touching on both our teams, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the situation at Everton? Because you play them next. You beat them in December 4-1. And previously though, they did manage to beat you and pick up 2 draws. So they're not a pushover, but they were a pushover early on in the season. What are your thoughts on the situation there? They fight in relegation. I just want to hear what a Liverpool fan think about, Everton right now.
Yeah, sure. No, I think it's a good question to bring up. There's two factors in it. One is the fact it's a derby, and it's an inner city derby, meaning that anything can happen. It doesn't matter. It's same thing with Man United, Liverpool. One can be at the bottom of the table, one could be at the top. It almost goes out the window when you guys play each other. So that's number one. So anything could happen. But number two, Everton are in shambles right now. Polar opposites of the spectrum. And I am not a fan of Frank Lampard. I think he got lucky with Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea gave him everything, and he still couldn't turn it around. Now with Everton, it seemed. I mean, who did they recently beat after losing like 6 in a row?
They beat
Was it Wolves?
No, Man United, bro.
Oh, that's right, Man United. That's even more to my point.
Crazy.
Even more to my point, dude. Both teams are in shambles, it seems like. I think our concern with this should be to play our game. We should not worry about shutting any of their play down because, again, they don't have the personnel, I think, to really expose us like you guys could, right? Or like a better side could. I think what we should be worrying about is our mistakes. If we are disciplined and play our game, there's no chance Everton beat us. But if we make mistakes, if we're not clinical, that's when they can sneak in a draw, or hell, they could even, capitalize on our mistakes. So that's my take on it.
Look, lastly on Everton, do you think they're going to get relegated? Do you want them to get relegated? What
do I want them? Of course. Yeah. Of course. How awesome would that be? Yeah, no, but I don't think they will. I really don't. When you're a club of Everton size and they do have like quality players, they should not be where they are in the table. I think something kicks in at the end of the season and the players are just like, what are we doing? We're in 17th. We gotta figure this out. So I don't think they'll go down. I think it'll be Norwich, Burnley, and who's down there? Is it Newcastle, Everton, and who's the other team?
It should be Watford, Norwich.
Watford, that's right. Watford, those 3 will go down.
Yeah, so Kyle, we're going to talk about the big games coming up this week, and we're just going to shift over here, and we're going to bring up let's talk about City versus Brighton first, and then we switch to the bigger game, which is Liverpool versus Man United, of course. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it real, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. This is a good matchup, dude. Brighton, Man City.
I like to call Brighton the mini Man City. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like to look at them. But
I could see that. The
thing about the Brighton-Manchester City rivalry, we played 9 times. They only beat us once. And that came after we won the title already, basically, last season, right?
Mm-hmm.
They picked up a come-from-behind 3-2 win after João Cancelo did get sent off. So the thing is, Brighton is a team that we beat every single time, except for the blip last season. We just beat Brighton every time. And we met already this season, and we beat them 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get too deep into a preview or anything in terms of this. Bissouma will be absent, and I think Jakob Moda Shane Duffy and Steven Alzate is a doubt. But on City's end, we are pretty fit, with Jesus being a doubt. De Bruyne Diaz back in contention. Walker also a doubt. And I could see us coming back hard after the loss against Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final. And I honestly think, even though Brighton, a good team, you saw what they beat Spurs and Arsenal. But before that, they lost 6 in a row. So I think they're about to get back to their losing ways, you know what I mean? And get a wake up call. They do have an opportunity to pick up their best points tally ever. Their best was 41 points in the last 2 seasons. And they're on 40 points right now. So we will see them back in the league. But I think they lose this game, bro.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
this game could very easily be 6-0. Don't
Because
get it twisted.
you
Don't
know
get it
why?
twisted.
With Brighton, they always give you a chance. They do not play compact at all. They play an open brand of football. They take the game to you. And, they do know how to go back and defend, but they're not a team that are going to have a game plan like we're going to defend the whole game and play for a draw. Brighton are
No.
going to bring the game to you,
They
and that's why they get
play
the results.
they play virtually two defenders. I mean, if you look at their fullbacks, I mean, they're wingbacks. They play they kind of play like you guys, except you guys can defend.
They actually, I like Cucurella, I like Lamptey. These guys
Great.
are quick, you know what I'm saying? So they could look to hurt us in that regard. Guys like McAllister, these guys are technically sound. Trossard is a problem, bro.
Dude, he
Leandro
is.
Trossard is a
He's
problem,
a
bro.
problem.
I'm telling you, and I could actually see him going up to a bigger club in the future if someone wants to take a gamble on him. I could see that. I'm not saying he's going to go in as a starter, but he could be that player that you have as a squad player, and you could use him, and maybe he'll challenge for a place in. I could see that. I don't know if it could happen in England. But he could make a move. Somebody could take a gamble on him, man. And because and I realize he bulked up and everything, and he's a lot stronger. But he got some skills, man. This guy's a truth. So I think we're gonna beat Brighton, and I'm gonna go for a score of 2-0. I'm not gonna go for a
I think
beat
that's
down.
a conservative scoreline, but
Yeah. But seeing that we lost, we got to bounce back. We in the title race, and we got to keep our foot on the gas. I think we're going to actually beat them. So in terms of the title race this week, Kyle, do you think that City is going to slip up? Do you think, could you see us slipping up against Brighton, though?
Yeah, I could. Do I think it's likely? No. But yes, I do think if this were a Newcastle or something like that, no. But Brighton are sneaky. But they can be sneaky good. Like you said, they'll lose 6 in a row, but then they'll go and beat a Tottenham and Arsenal. They're sneaky, man. They can get things done. And if you're not careful, like I said, if you're not disciplined, which I think you guys will be, which is why I think you guys will come away with the win, they can end up getting a win on you. But
Yeah.
I think you guys will win this one 3 or 4-0, honestly.
Yeah, if we drop points, you do have an opportunity to pass us. So,
Yeah, but we got a tough game too.
Yeah, we definitely got to keep an eye on this one, though. So, with that being said, we both agree that City would get the better of Brighton, even though Brighton, they're a decent team and they're picking up form once again. But, the beast that Manchester City are, and they will be we will be at home. So, we got the advantage there. Look, we can't slip up, man. We cannot slip up here because it could be detrimental in terms of the title race. So, in terms of the Liverpool Manchester United game, this is a big one, man.
Let's go, baby.
Let's talk about this one. Firstly, before we get into anything, I like to touch on something very, very important here. Eric Ten Hag would be the manager next season. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Ten Hag being appointed new Manchester United manager? I think he got a 3-year contract. Let's see how long he lasts. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's the question. Let's see how long he lasts. I think it's going to be tough for him to transition from a developing style coach, playing with a lot of younger guys, and then transitioning to a Man United where the expectations are obviously higher. You don't get a lot of leeway. You're not in a top heavy league. I mean, it'll be a challenge for him. I do think it's a good acquisition. If we go back to previous, he's Dutch, right?
Yeah.
If we go back to previous Dutch managers, it didn't work out for him. Louis van Gaal didn't work out. I think there's a lot more pressure and urgency to win right now at Man United, just because they have not been competitive, arguably, with the exception of winning the Europa League under Mourinho. They have not been competitive since Ferguson left. And I think the fans are really looking for the next savior. And I would love for them to find some consistency, right? But let's see.
Yeah, they have been coming second a lot of times though. That's the thing. They came second, I think, 3 times across the last maybe 5 seasons. They just come in second a lot. So second ain't good enough for a team that has 13 Premier League era titles. You know what I mean?
Right.
All won under Sir Alex Ferguson. So they need to really get their act together. And I think Ten Hag is a step in the right direction, in my opinion. But I told you, Eric, don't do it. Don't sign. You're signing. You're gonna regret, man.
I'm telling you,
you're gonna regret.
It's not a good club to be managing, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna regret, man. Listen, historically, very good, but right now, there's new kids in town, man. You know what I'm saying? City, Liverpool doing their thing, even though, Liverpool's been around a long time and won a lot of things, in the previous edition of the league. You know what I mean? And now you have teams like Newcastle getting new money and everything. So you have Tottenham want to come through, Arsenal and these teams, Chelsea. United is going to take a lot. It's going to take almost a miracle for them to actually win the title above a City or a Liverpool or even a Chelsea, in my opinion. So I told you not to go. You still decided to go. Listen, we'll probably be laughing next season. Let's see.
We'll see.
Look, let's shift focus to this game, man. Liverpool versus Manchester United, Premier League, 59 games, United with 28 wins, Liverpool with 17, 14 draws. You guys have an opportunity to do the double over Man United for the first time since 08-09. And I was actually looking back at some of those league results over the years. These dudes have done the double over Liverpool quite a lot.
Dude,
and I was like, God damn.
It didn't matter how good of a season we were having. Man United always had our number. And that's why this win earlier this season was so insane. 5-0 at Old Trafford was huge. I think they're nervous to play us, Dom. I think they're nervous to play us.
So in that game, we had Keita scoring. We had Jota, Salah with a hat trick.
They couldn't stand it. They could not handle the press. They can't handle the press. And now they're missing Fred, McTominay, Luke Shaw's out. I think Wan-Bissaka's out. I don't know.
Cavani's out. Rafa Varane is a doubt.
And so if you look at what they were playing against Norwich, I think they had Pogba in the pivot spot. Bruno Fernandes obviously always dangerous, but I am not worried about Man United. I really do think that they're in the passenger seat with this game, dude. If we press like we did,
I think you should be worried about United. Despite the last 2 results being, an aggregate 9-2 in favor of Liverpool, beating United at Old Trafford the last 2 times. But if you go back at Anfield here, they did pick up a draw. The last time they were at Anfield, it was a 0-0 draw. You did win 2-0 here, but there was a draw here. So they do, they do perform reasonably okay against you, with the exception of the last 2 games where they just were blown out of the park. So I don't think you should go into this one complete. The Premier League is so weird that Everton weren't doing well, and I predicted them to beat United. And then you see Southampton coming off of a 6-0 loss and going on to beat Arsenal. So it's weird, you know what I mean?
There was a lot of weird results this past week, though.
Yeah,
it was all over the place, yeah.
The league is very, very weird, man. So I don't think you guys should take this game lightly, seeing that you're coming off of a tough match against, pretty tough game against City, where you put out your strongest team, and then a couple of days, 72 hours later, you got to play United, where it will be an intense game. I think these guys are out for blood, man. You know what I'm saying? Cristiano Ronaldo, he just dealt with the passing of one of his young sons, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't look too much into the story, but, you know, guys like Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, these guys, you know, Ilanga, I think these are the guys that would actually be involved. Tellez, Wan-Bissaka, or Dallo. So it's either going to, you know, be a situation where you destroy them again, embarrass them again, or they could well get a result. Because Cristiano Ronaldo is a player that I think you gotta, you know, the Van Dijk Ronaldo rivalry. I think it's gonna be an interesting one. Maybe Van Dijk would handle him very easily, but we're gonna find out tomorrow. You see what
I'm
I mean?
excited to watch it. I do hope that the fans do some sort of tribute, not tribute, but just a respectful thing for Cristiano Ronaldo regarding his son. I hope that does
Yeah.
take place, because sportsmanship is still number one. But once the whistle blows, that's when you can start getting all, you know, physical and aggressive and things like that. I just personally think the tides have shifted with the Man United Liverpool rivalry. I think there are times where you draw, but currently Liverpool are the better team. And I think at Anfield, I'm going to take my chances with Liverpool winning this one.
Well, you have a scoreline for this one?
2-1.
I actually think you're gonna draw this game.
You think so?
I would love for you to draw the game too.
Of course you would.
It would be a lot of help to us.
Yeah.
I actually have you drawing the game 1-1 though.
Look, the thing that sucks is I wouldn't be surprised. But the way they play, dude, they're not good.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
but
it. They're
the
not
thing about
good.
them is that they're very inconsistent. They could show up on the day though. That's the thing.
You're
but
right. You're right.
you know, I'm trying to be as objective as possible, and people might be like, "Damn, man, you just want Liverpool to lose." Bro, I don't want United to win anything or get any good results. But for something just tells me that you guys are dropping points in this game.
I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong.
Yeah, you better be hopes. You better hope I'm
Yeah.
wrong. But I think you guys are dropping points in the game though. So look, man, this is trophy talk. We could go all night. There's a lot of things we could actually talk about, Kyle.
Wait, can we do a real quick trophy count on the season? All right,
of course.
On the count of 3, hold the number of trophies up with your finger that you have. All right.
Got none.
Let's go.
Okay, on a count of 3, how many trophies you think you'll win at the end of the season? 1, 2, 3. You gonna treble? I think we're gonna win the Champions League and the league, baby.
Dude, I'm just not confident in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not confident in the
But
Premier
you think
League.
you're gonna win the Champions League?
Dude, I love the Champions League. Liverpool in Europe, it's like, it's magical.
One question
magical.
before we go. I have 2 United players I think could get into this Liverpool team right now. And people may say, oh, no, that can't happen. But I think Bruno Fernandes and Cristiano Ronaldo gets into this team if we have to do like a quick combine 11 for this big one. You know,
Bruno Fernandes, yes. Bruno Fernandes, I rate Kevin De Bruyne way higher than Bruno Fernandes, but there was a point in time where Bruno Fernandes was just next level. Ozil.
Yeah, I know. But now, if you really go back and you check the stats, though, it was only against the small teams.
Exactly. He doesn't perform against the big teams. So in that sense,
but the thing is, he got enough quality, I think, to go above Jordan Henderson, though. You know what I'm saying? I think he gets in. I
can't answer that objectively. Because
I think he gets in ahead of Henderson, bro.
Well, I mean, if we're dropping anyone and we drop Henderson, because Van Dijk plays, he's not getting ahead of Thiago for me. No chance.
No. Thiago's been playing well lately, so I think Thiago will get into a combined 11 there, of course. But Ronaldo,
you gotta play Ronaldo.
Yeah, he will be the striker. He will be the striker. So for a quick combined 11, United versus Liverpool, I got Ronaldo, Salah, Mane, Fabinho, Thiago. I'm gonna put Thiago based on the strength of this season.
You gotta put
And
Thiago.
he's been playing well. Last season I was on him though. You know what I mean? And Bruno Fernandes as well in the middle, and of course the back line. Trent, oh my God, he makes a combined 11.
Dude,
So
the entire back line's Liverpool.
yeah, so Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Allison. I know the hair has been good, but Allison has been better. So there you have it, man. Trophy talk with your boy Cal from Nothing But Reds. Dom from Dominic Rich F.C. Guys, all the links to both the channels will be in the description box down below. Make sure you subscribe. Kyle on the way to 10K subs. Definitely gonna hit that by before the year ends. And I'm just about to hit, heading towards 51.
He's heading for that silver plaque. Let's go.
Oh, man. Let's make it happen, man.
Let's go.
It's trophy talk. Let's make it happen. So look, Kyle, it's been fun, bro. We plan to do this every week where we chop it up about both teams and things that's going on. And I think it's a beautiful thing we're doing right now. If you do agree, guys, let us know in the comment section. Sub to the channel, like the video. And from Kyle and I, peace out. Rich Squad.
I had to do it with you that time.
Yeah, man.